The 2024 Absa Cape Epic celebrates its 20th edition this year, and the route is filled with untamed challenges and features 16,500 meters of climbing packed into 617 kilometers of racing at a rate of 27 meters of elevation gain per kilometer. From the Prologue to Lourensford to the grand finale in Stellenbosch, every stage is designed to test the team's limit, questioning if they are indeed prepared for the challenges ahead. We do have a cyclist joining me in studio now who's here to tell us a bit more about this gruelling race. I am joined by Remofilwe Moeketsi. Very good morning. Thank you so much for joining us here on the AM Report. It's all about this big race. Tell us a bit more about how you got into cycling.
Good morning, Andy, and thanks for having me here. So my cycling journey started in 2018. Yeah. Before then, I was mainly a netball player. But having watched 947 on Jan Smuts Avenue where I used to live, with complete road closure, there isn't much to do.
Yeah.
So I thought instead of moaning, let me sit outside and enjoy the race. And through that, it kind of triggered my curiosity. And in 2018, I decided to get a bike, and yeah, the rest is history.
Well, a South African indoor netball player as well. Do you feel this gave you somewhat of an advantage, knowing that you have an athletic background, so it was easier to switch into a sport like cycling?
I think so. I think from a fitness perspective, having had the netball fitness, that is what carried me in the beginning when I started. But obviously with cycling, there's technical aspects associated to that that's linked to skills. So I also had to pay attention to that first. But definitely netball with the fitness contributed a great deal in making the start smoother.
Yeah. And cycling does come across as quite a demanding sport in terms of what it demands from you in the body. Is it as challenging as it looks?
So I think from a mountain bike perspective, I'd say yes, especially if you look at the profile of the Absa Cape Epic, the elevation gain, the terrain. I think it goes through some of the most technical trails that you can find. So based on that, I would say yes, it is tough on the body. But there's also then the road cycling, so it might not be as tough on the body. But from a skills perspective, you get that wrong, you fall, you break multiple bones.
And I was just, going through the numbers in that intro, 617 kilometer race here. Why did you decide to join the Cape Epic and say, well, this is a challenge that I'm willing to take on?
I think I'm always looking for adventure. I'm always looking for a new challenge. So when the opportunity presented itself in 2021, I grabbed it with both arms. Probably unprepared. Didn't think myself that I'd be able to finish, but I think because others believed in me, that's why I was able to get through it and finish and ultimately get 3 epics under my belt. Yeah.
And it's not just about the cycling, is it? Because there's another message behind it, the hashtag #SheUntamed. Tell us a bit more about that and what it stands for.
So Untamed was launched in 2019, and the whole idea around it was to get more women to cycle, to mountain bike, to do races like Cape Epic, and specifically women of color. I think it's a known fact that in cycling, or even in any sphere in general, women underrepresented. So this was one of the initiatives that Absa took on to say, how do we help transform our society and be intentional about it? So it was launched in 2019. In 2021, 2 all-female teams lined up, and this year we are proud to say we've got 20 teams that will be lining up. So it's a drastic and exponential increase that we've had from the community that Untamed has built, and with the support that Absa provides, it has really enabled more women to come on board and participate.
Well, 20 years, 20 teams that Absa has decided to take on this race. But what then does it mean in terms of preparation? How does one make sure that they're ready, to complete the race? And what does your preparation look like?
So, I mean, in general, it takes about a year to 2 years to prepare for something like this. There are a few exceptions, where you'll find other people can do it sooner. But a year to about 2 years is what it will take you to prepare, where you'll do long day stage races. You'll move on to shorter multi-stage races for 3-4 days to ultimately prepare you for the 8 days that lie ahead. There isn't any race in SA that can prepare you for that, or anywhere in the world for that matter that can prepare you for that. So you train as much as possible to what you think will simulate it. That means long hours of training, on average between 12 and 16 hours, I would say. So that's a lot of time that it demands on you. So with that comes a lot of support that you will need family that will then be able to encourage and motivate you, because there are instances where you will not feel like training, and I think it's that support that you have around you and the discipline and your reason for wanting to do it that will carry you through.
But how different is this race from other cycling races, both in terms of preparation and recovery, but just, you know, the race layout as well? Because you're saying there's no other race in South Africa that will prepare you from it. What is the distinction? How different is it?
So I think it's the terrain, the elevation gain, the time that it takes. I mean, for an average cyclist like myself, you'll find that you spend about 8 to 10 hours on the bike. That's the whole day. You must then still finish the race, you must still freshen up, you must still eat, and start again the next day for 8 consecutive days. So it does take a toll on the body. So I think because of that, that's what makes it a bit complex, and also because you move between towns from race village to race village, it also then a logistical dynamics around that you would need to factor in.
Now, we know that you are now shining a beacon of hope for other young black girls who are now suddenly seeing cycling as an avenue for them. What advice would you give to those young black girls who perhaps want to get into cycling, or anyone for that matter who might be interested in going on a similar journey?
I think it's to just start. That's what I did in 2018 when I started. I just started. What helped me was that I was able to find a club, and it was through my own investigation. There was nobody that pushed me to start. There was nobody that told me what information I needed. So if you really want to start, you can be proactive and take the initiative upon yourself. There are multiple societies out there that are available, multiple clubs available that can be able to help you along the journey. But yeah, I think the most important, get a bike, get a helmet, and go for it.
Yeah, most important thing is get started, says Remo. So let's close things up then. How do people follow you? Those who want to follow your journey that you'll be chronicling as you embark on this journey, where can they get a hold of you on socials?
So I'm on Facebook and Instagram, Remofilwe Moeketsi. People can find me there. Yeah, and I think just follow the race. If you're interested in it, it starts on Sunday until next week. Sunday, and yeah, support our 20 teams that will be lining up to make history.
Oh, well, we are looking forward to it and wish you all the best. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so that was Remofilwe Moeketsi, of course, a cyclist, as she prepares to take surge here at the Absa Cape Epic, as they are sponsoring 20 ladies to go on the race for their 20th year anniversary.